Hello and welcome to WION World is One. For all our viewers tuning in right now, this is WION's live coverage of the G20 summit underway in Rome in Italy. As we speak, these are live visuals coming in from Rome in Italy, where Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is meeting with the French President Emmanuel Macron. Prime Minister Modi is going to be holding the meeting with the French President. This happened right after the photograph was taken at the Roma Convention Center. Remember, Prime Minister Modi and other global leaders are currently attending the G20 summit in Rome. Earlier in the day, they were joined by a delegation of frontline healthcare workers at the Roma Convention Center in Rome in Italy. These, once again, are live visuals coming in from Rome, where the Indian Prime Minister is sitting down with his crucial bilateral with the French President Emmanuel Macron. Stay tuned to WION for our live coverage of the G20 summit, where we will be covering the Indian Prime Minister's key bilateral meetings. Earlier in the day, he met with the Pope in a significant and symbolic meeting. In fact, in that meeting, he even invited the Pope to visit India, and now the Indian Prime Minister is sitting down with the French President to discuss the future of India-France strategic ties, a crucial aspect of Prime Minister Modi's agenda at the G20. This is one of the many bilaterals that Prime Minister Modi is holding with different world leaders at the G20 summit. The summit, of course, precedes the highly anticipated COP26 climate summit that is scheduled to get underway this weekend in Glasgow in the United Kingdom. For now, world leaders have gathered in Rome in Italy for the G20 summit. Prime Minister Modi has been holding key meetings with several European leaders. This one involves France's President Emmanuel Macron. Earlier, he met with the President of the European Council as well as the President of the European Commission. Let's tell you a little bit about the backdrop of this meeting that is currently underway. The in-person meeting with the French President is part of high-level exchanges between the two countries. Earlier, we at WION had reported that there was a telephonic conversation in September after the highly controversial AUKUS Pact, which had upset Paris. The AUKUS Pact between the UK, the US, Australia on nuclear submarines was termed as a stab in the back by France and led to a major rift between France and Australia. It was after that there was a telephonic conversation in September between the French President and the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and this meeting gains special significance after that call. Once again, for all our viewers, you have tuned into WION at this hour. Stay tuned for our continuous coverage of the G20 summit currently underway in Rome in Italy. Italy is the host nation this year. The focus of the G20 remains on climate change as well as pandemic recovery, something that is high on the agenda of the Indian Prime Minister as well, who is in Rome as of now. Now, as we continue our coverage of Prime Minister Modi's meetings with the French President, joining us now is our correspondent, our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, who in fact is in Rome in Italy to get us all the live updates from this summit. Siddhant, thanks so much for joining us. Now, as we just showed our viewers, Prime Minister Modi is sitting down with the French President to discuss the future of India and France's highly significant ties. Tell us more about what's on the agenda, especially in the backdrop of the AUKUS Pact.
Well, Priyanka, this is the second significant meeting the Indian Prime Minister is having today. He's already met the Pope, but talking about the India-France relationship, a strong relationship, a much celebrated relationship. And we have seen camaraderie between the Indian Prime Minister and the French President Emmanuel Macron. In fact, at the G20 venue site where the leaders were having moments, informal moments, we saw the visuals of that very warm hug between the Indian Prime Minister and the French President. On the agenda will be, of course, defense, people-to-people engagement, COVID crisis in terms of the recognition of the COVID vaccine certificates, also making sure that the Indian students who study in France, they can go back with much more ease. But also the big shadow of AUKUS is on these meetings. Remember, India, France and Australia had a trilateral and a leaders level meet was expected to happen on the sidelines of the G20 meeting. It obviously is not happening, primarily because of the AUKUS. Paris is miffed with Canberra, and we know that the US side has been keen to engage with Paris. The US president, in fact, Joe Biden, met the French president at the French embassy here at the Vatican. But largely, it will take time before things can be normalized. At this meeting between the both leaders, this is part of the high-level engagements both leaders have been having. Not that during COVID time they were not in touch with each other. Just last month, after the AUKUS row broke, both the leaders, the Indian Prime Minister and the French President, had spoken to each other with special emphasis on the Indo-Pacific, that France will continue its engagement with the Indo-Pacific. Not that because of the AUKUS it's planning to decrease that. And the French vessels have been in the Indo-Pacific region, and both India and France have been working on many joint projects when it comes to Indo-Pacific. And of course, climate change is something that has been the symbol of India-France partnership. The International Solar Alliance was a proposal given in Paris by the Indian Prime Minister and has taken off, and both the countries have been working on this project, which has garnered support of more than 100 countries now.
Right, Siddhant, let's talk about other crucial bilaterals. While Prime Minister Modi is sitting down with the French President, he's also scheduled to meet the Indonesian President. Tell us about what will be the agenda there. We've already shown our viewers the high-level meeting that he had with the Pope earlier in the day.
Well, with Indonesia, remember both India and Indonesia share maritime border, and Aceh province is just few kilometers away from India's islands, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and there is plan of increased connectivity between both the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Aceh province. But largely, the significance of the meeting between both leaders is because Indonesia is going to host the G20 summit next year, and then thereafter in 2023 India will be hosting the G20 summit, and India along with Indonesia will become part of the Troika, the G20 governance Troika, starting 1st of December. Italy, of course, will also be present there. In fact, Indonesia and India swapped the dates and the year of G20 summit, because India was initially going to host the summit in the year 2022, but later on India was keen that it happens in 2023. That remains one of the key areas. But also, as we have seen in all other bilateral engagements of the Indian Prime Minister, COVID crisis and climate change remains the top priority on how there can be more engagement, more ease of movement of people between the two countries. In fact, same thing happened when it comes to the meeting with the Pope as well. One of the key areas were climate change. The Indian Prime Minister giving a book on environment, and of course discussing the issue of COVID crisis as well. So this is largely not only a theme at the multilateral meeting, the G20 meeting, but also at the various bilateral meetings. Also there is the meeting with the Singaporean leadership. Tomorrow there will be this crucial meeting with the German Chancellor Angela Merkel, who has been essentially the face of Europe for last 15 years.
Right, Siddhant, let's talk about the general theme of the G20 as well as the crucial agendas that different world leaders, including Prime Minister Modi, will be discussing with their counterparts. Climate change and pandemic recovery remain the twin crises that have to be tackled. Tell us more about that.
These two crises remains the top priority of world leaders as they have started to meet here in Rome for the G20 meeting. The final communique will decide whether they were able to form the consensus on both the issue. COVID crisis is something that has wreaked havoc across the world, including here in Italy, which was the epicenter once of the COVID crisis. And focus will be on, as the COVID crisis abates, more ease in movement movement of people, and for that India has proposed at the G20 mutual recognition of COVID vaccine certificates, and it has garnered a lot of support, but only the final communique will decide what exactly happens. On climate change, it is an issue where there is a lot of scope of cooperation, but this is also an issue that has seen a lot of division as well. On cooperation, there are initiatives, India-led initiatives like the International Solar Alliance. India committed to renewable energy using technology to reduce pollution. But when it comes to the factors that is dividing the debate over climate change, it is number one, the phasing out of coal. Countries like India is not keen when it comes to phasing out of coal. India, China, and of course we have seen that developing countries like India are keen that a developed world focuses more on climate financing. Their commitments to climate financing should be increased, and largely a differentiated responsibility that you can't expect developing countries to go for the same standards as the developed world has gone when it comes to fighting the issue of climate change. This is the narrative from the developing countries. So this divide has happened, and largely it is impacting the overall conversation on climate change, even as the impacts are very clear, whether it's here in Italy. Southern Italy has been battered by storms, the storm system that has formed in Mediterranean, or back home in India, where we have seen the cyclonic formation, the cyclonic storms in Bay of Bengal increasing with each passing year and increasing in intensity as well.
Siddhant Sibal, our principal diplomatic correspondent, bringing us all the live updates from Rome and Italy. Siddhant, thanks so much for joining us. We'll come back to you for more updates.
WION World is One is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.